In the headlines, ASUU declares 4-week strike over non-implementation of agreements. Security operatives rescue 20 victims in Niger. APC, PDP shares spoils of war as INEC announces FCT area cancels election results. And Vietnam to end COVID curbs on international flights. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Zainab Bala. Hello and welcome. Now, Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, has declared a 1-month warning strike to press home their demands from the federal government. The National Executive Council, INEC, of ASUU had voted in support of the strike in a meeting that lasted till Monday morning. President of ASUU, Emmanuel Osodeke, announced the resolution of the union while addressing journalists in Lagos on Monday, noting that the nationwide strike followed the federal government's inability to implement previous agreements. The union, which embarked on a 9-month strike, halted university education in 2020, had lamented the failure of the federal government to fulfill some of the agreements they had reached to suspend the industrial action. The union further explained that the mobilization for strike followed the federal government's attitude towards the negotiation of their salaries and allowances, as well as the adoption of the University Transparency Accountability Resolution payroll software.
Management information system IDs of the University Transparency Accountability Solution have continued to shortchange our members. NEC therefore resolved to embark on a 4-week rollover total and comprehensive strike beginning from Monday 14th February, which is today. That is the resolution of our NEC and the last meeting that ended yesterday.
Now, death toll has risen to 5, including the body of a student on industrial training from the rubble of a collapsed 3-story building at Yaba, Lagos on Saturday afternoon. Southwest Zonal Coordinator, National Emergency Management Agency Ibrahim Farinloye confirmed the update on Sunday. Farinloye said the rescue operation, almost completed on Sunday, discovered the body of the student, identified by his family members as Damola. Earlier reports said the death toll from the collapse had increased to 4, while 2 persons were found alive. Many bandits have been reportedly killed during a gun drill by a team of police, military and vigilantes in Magama local government area of Niger State. Niger State Police Command's Public Relations Officer DSP Wasiu Abiodun disclosed this in a statement issued in Minna on Sunday. Abiodun said large herds of cattle were also recovered and 20 abducted victims regained their freedom. He said security operatives recovered 1 AK-47 magazine with 30 rounds of live ammunition, 7 handsets and 1 Honda motorcycle. Communities in Magama local government area have been under bandit siege for the past few days, forcing residents to flee to Kontagora, the headquarters of Kontagora local government area. Still ahead, public post office or private companies no longer enjoy monopoly of business of delivery of parcels. Ibrahim Ismail reports that a mini post operates in Gombeline Motor Park, sending parcels and delivering messages across Nigeria. The report.
This is how services are rendered at the popular postal stand in Gombeline Motor Park, Gombe. The job of these people is sending and receiving parcels or correspondence across Nigeria and sometimes to neighboring Niger Republic. Babaji Maiwaya is the pioneer here. He started the business 15 years ago.
Idan ka zo ka muna da littafin da muke daukar record na kai da ka kawo. Za mu rubuta sunanka.
We keep records of anyone who brought a parcel, his name, destination, name of the driver, and date of delivery. Because even if the parcel receiver was not reachable, you can give another contact. We give you the driver's contact and our own. This is how we operate.
haka dai muke daidai gwargwado.
Babaji had recorded successes over the years and has some boys working under him.
Sai dai godiya ga Allah dan yanzu haka ma karkashi na ma akwai akalla mutum ya kai 7 ko 8.
We thank God for the achievements. Now I have about 7 to 8 people under my supervision, including porters. You can see them here. Salis Usman is one of the workers here. He said he used to make and receive hundreds of phone calls daily.
Sai ce ya gode Allah saka da alkhairi. So wannan sakayyan shine nake ƙara jin daɗi a cikin wannan harka.
What inspired me about the job is how people appreciate our work. I receive about 200 phone calls daily, and when we receive parcels, we make more than 300 phone calls because a car brings 30 to 20 parcels and so on.
Ko haka a ciki wani zai kawo 30, wani 20, wani zai kawo 10, to haka dai da yawa.
We are here for collecting message and bring it to them because we are appreciating the service that they are doing. Always we are here being collecting message and giving them. That's one.
Ana kawo mana sako garuruwa da yawa.
We receive messages from many places and we also send from here. At Babaji's place, they are doing great job.
Ko kai iya abin da zaka yi haka yake mana a nan wajen.
Yanzu ma ga kaya na kawo daga Kano.
I just bring this parcel from Kano. I just arrived. We thank God. There is no business without challenges. If someone brings a parcel and you ask what is inside, he becomes angry. And if he comes to receive and you try to verify his contact, he becomes frustrated. Babaji and his team hope to see their business grow and believe that they can do better with support. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
Elsewhere, Kebbi State is a household name in rice production with hundreds of farmers engaged in the Anchor Burrows program, an initiative of the Central Bank of Nigeria. However, Hamza Galadima reports that there are other related varieties of farm produce if given the desired attention will propel government to achieve food sufficiency in Nigeria. He meets some of the farmers involved in the cultivation of these varieties of farm produce with a view to finding out their problems.
Kebbi State has been at the forefront of the much talked about rice revolution since the flag off of the CBN's Anchor Burrows program, which was launched by President Muhammadu Buhari in the state in 2015. And since then, over 70,000 peasant farmers have been registered and engaged in the production of rice towards achieving self-sufficiency in food production across Nigeria. However, there are other related farming activities going on in Kebbi State that are yet to receive much publicity like that of the rice sector, but are playing a vital role in making available farm produce to all parts of the country. From Augi Town, at the tip of the border between Kebbi and Sokoto State, through the stretch of the over 300-kilometer Fadama land that connects with Niger State at Engeski local government area, hundreds of farmers are engaged in the production of farm produce such as tomato, pepper, onions, and fruits, whose efforts provide jobs for thousands of teeming youths across the three states. On these patches of land, the peasant farmers, mostly youths, cultivate various farm produce that end up on the dinner tables all across Nigeria without no or little support.
Na haka muna son da Allah gwamnati ta tallafa mana da takin gida, da takin zamani da fetur don abubuwan namu suna ke jagorta wannan gari.
Matsaloli da yawa wanda ake fuskanta ba ƙanana ba, manya ma gaskiya. Saboda akwai gehen takin zamani, akwai gehen kuma fetur.
From the farm, most of these produce find their way to markets such as the Aleru International Onion Market for onward transportation to other markets across the country. The Aleru International Onion Market serves as a transit point for farm produce, particularly onions, to markets in the southern and eastern parts of the country and even to overseas. The Aleru International Onions Market is one of the transit points of onions that comes from across the local government. And from here, it goes to all over the world where the produce is needed. From here, tons of onions is processed and transported to Lagos, Abuja, Kano, Port Harcourt, and Niger Republic, earning a lot of revenue for both the farmers, laborers, transporters, and governments at all levels. The market, which was recently upgraded and expanded by the Kebbi State government, is presently the biggest onion market in West Africa. But with the growth and expansion of the market, the trader still faces a major challenge of the lack of preservation facilities for long-time storage so as to reduce wastage.
To ake dangance da wannan matsala ta albasa idan ta yi yawa, da muna local storage wanda muke yi, wanda yake yanzu mun samu kungiya tun daga national level har jiha hannan local government. Karkashin jagorancin wannan haziƙin shugaba da muka samu, yanzu ana fafutuka samun yadda za mu yi bazan ka aje albasan nan har zuwa wani lokaci mai tsawo, don da local storage wanda muke yi bai zai wuce wata 3 ba. To a karkashin wannan haziƙin jagora da muka samu, shina kokarin yadda za a yi, yadda za a aje ta ɗauki lokaci domin samun alfanun ta gaba.
On the other hand, are fruit farmers who cultivate fruits such as mango, cashew, banana, apples, grapes, and sweet oranges. This class of farmers strive to produce high-quality fruit. According to one of the farmers, their aim was to bring into the state high-grade fruit trees for cultivation and make them available to the public, but have not been enjoying any support from the government.
There is a lot of trees or economic trees which people are emphasizing that they will not to be grown here or they will not to develop here, and we have tried them and they are doing very well, and economically they are very, very economical, because there is some of them that can be harvested twice in a year.
Vegetables and fruit farming in Kebbi State and other surrounding states of the northwestern part of Nigeria has become a sector which needs attention from the government, if only to support the ever-growing population engaged in ensuring that this produce get to our homes daily. Hamza Galadi Mazuru, Trust TV News from Birnin Kebbi.
Well, that is one huge onion market there in Kebbi State. Now let's talk communication mediums. World Radio Day is marked to underscore the importance of radio, as too many depend on for news consumption. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, proclaimed 13th February as the World Radio Day in 2011. Ibrahim Ismail reflects on the importance of the most powerful broadcast medium. Look.
Radio brings people together. In an era of rapid media evolution, radio retains a special place in every community as an accessible source of vital news and information. But radio is also a source of innovation that pioneered interaction with audiences and user-generated content decades before they became mainstream. Radio offers a wonderful display of diversity in its formats, in its languages, and among radio professionals themselves. This sends an important message to the world. As we strive to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals and tackle the climate crisis, radio has a key role to play as a source of information and inspiration alike. On this World Radio Day, let us recognize the enduring power of radio to promote diversity and help build a more peaceful and inclusive world.
As the 2022 World Radio Day is being celebrated, we speak to some Nigerians on the significance of the day.
Ina jin labarai game da yanayin tsarin da yanayin Najeriya namu ke ciki ko kudu ko arewa.
I listened to news updates about Nigeria, the North and politics. That is why I listened to radio. To me, radio is very important. It educates people on various issues. I love radio because it entertains. Even if you are sad, once you listen to radio, you will be entertained. Stakeholders said there are some factors militating against radio.
Well, if you look at it critically, you will hardly get the qualitative radio in market now. Before, If you want to get a very qualitative, you can get it anywhere. But now, it is very, very hard for anyone to get. And at the same time, with the advent of new technology, most people rely on their phones. We hardly see people listening to radio via their local radio set. Usually now, most of our young people usually use either Android phones to listen to either any radio stations that they want to listen to. So I think if you want to maintain that day and want to maintain such culture, and I think it is good, and it's going to be a very good business niche for entrepreneurs to come up with a strategy whereby they will produce a very portable radio that will be reach everybody and at the affordable price. And I want to believe such kind of things is going to go a long way in making people, especially in the Nigeria, especially northern part of Nigeria, to imbibe the culture or maintain the culture of using radio set as means of getting information and entertainment.
The 2022 World Radio Day is being commemorated with the theme Radio and Trust. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
Meanwhile, commemoration of World Radio Day, some youths say though radio remains a source and channel of communication, they prefer using Android phone to get information. Adam Imam completes the story.
The unique ability to reach out the widest audience means radio can shape the society's experience and stand as a channel for all voices to speak out, offering a wide range of programs, viewpoints, and content, as well as reflecting the diversity of audience in their daily operations. But in Bauchi State, some radio listeners express their views on the importance of radio nowadays.
When the national news is going on, you understand, you will be able to on your radio and listen to what is going on in Nigeria and educate people, because it serves as a means of telling you what you don't know in the country. If you want to hear something, maybe government is having a project or they want to pass an information, you understand. Listening to radio can edge you.
Despite radio regarded as a low-cost medium, specifically suited to reaching remote communities and vulnerable people, offering a platform to intervene in the public discourse, while some are of the view that the advent of Android phone reduce the use of radio among Nigerian youth.
But the problem now is that we youths don't like listening to radio because the social network is here. Now every information you can get it through the net, that's through Facebook, WhatsApp.
The advent of this mobile phone have affected the rate of using radios nowadays, because people tend to use their smartphone to gain access to information instead of using the radios.
Nowadays, like we youth don't normally listen to radio because of like phone, coming off phone. So, but like the elderly people listen to radio because they know they are the ones that know the use of radio.
More so, they maintain that irrespective of the people's education level, it is also plays a crucial role in emergency communication and disaster management. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
You're watching Trust TV News Update. Coming up, optimism of serial election loser. Details of this and more after the break. Do stay.
Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update.
I'm Zainab Bala. For more news, follow us across all our social media platforms.
The nightmare that most of these Pape residents have dreaded for many years is finally happening.
The place is a skeleton of itself, a place that was once busy with patients trooping in and out.
I'm standing right now. I'm standing on top of the Maloney Hill in the ancient city of Kefi.
Cooperation. I know communities where they are contributing to buy locally manufactured gas to defend themselves.
Being a Nigerian entrepreneur, and I am going to be taking you on a journey to show you the beautiful, the motivational and resilient nature of Nigerian entrepreneurs.
Behind me is the Arewa Textile Mill, established in 1963 and eventually closed down in 2004.
We are still going into some other hideouts to see if any apprehensions will be made tonight.
Let's travel down to Shekau, a community in Yobe State, to talk to Shekau's mother on what she thinks about this development.
Well, even to be a magistrate is a funny thing.
Yes. Have things changed? Is there more corruption now in the judiciary? And what can we do about it?
Well, this is one of the internally displaced camps here in Gusau, the Zamfara state capital.
All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Trust TV News Update. Our top stories. Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has declared a one-month warning strike to press home their demands from the federal government. And 20 people rescued, many bandits killed during a gun duel by a team of police, military and vigilantes in Magama local government area of Niger State. Still ahead, Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has reported 38 COVID infections across the country. The agency, in its update for February 13, said the new infections were recorded in 7 states. The NCDC said 74 persons were discharged after recovering from the infection. Nigeria now has a total of over 200,000 confirmed cases, over 200,000 recoveries, and over 3,000 deaths. Meanwhile, the Cook Islands has reported its first COVID-19 case. The South Pacific nation was among the countries with no reported cases. Prime Minister Mark Brown announced on social media that a traveler who visited from New Zealand tested positive after returning from the islands. Now, a former presidential candidate who has been contesting elections since 1979, Umar Maizabura, says Nigerians should kick against zoning formula ahead of the 2023 general elections. The Maiduguri-based elder statesman said godfatherism, ballot snatching, political rivalry, among others, contributed to weakening democratic governance in the country. He said Nigerians should stand against zoning as it deprives people from democratic freedom and inclusiveness.
Election results will be announced that one has 1 million votes, usually written with pen, which is not honest. My party was delisted, but frankly speaking, if I had a godfather, I will become the president of this country, and nobody will challenge me. All regions should present their favorable candidates and let Nigerians decide who they want. That's democracy for you. Those who are suing for zoning are just businessmen because they are not popular and not accepted by the people. The money stolen from the people are used to buy the position they want. So I will advise, let Nigerians choose their leader.
Very interesting. 1979 is a long time, isn't it? Now, Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has declared the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, John Gabaya, as the chairman-elect of Buhari Area Council in the Federal Capital Territory. According to the INEC returning officer, Amochi Madu, who announced the results on Sunday morning, Gabaya is re-elected for a second 2-year term after defeating his closest rival, Audu Shekolu of the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC. Meanwhile, the candidate of the ruling All Progressive Congress in Gwagwalada Area Council, Abubakar Jibril Giri, has been declared winner of the Saturday chairmanship election in the area. The INEC returning officer for the election in the area, Ilyas Umar, announced this at the INEC office on Sunday. Similarly, INEC has declared the incumbent chairman of Kuje Area Council, Abdullahi Sabo of the People's Democratic Party, winner of the February 12th council chairmanship election in the area, while the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Christopher Zaka, declared winner of the election in the Abuja Municipal Area Council. The Saturday elections were held across the 68 wards and constituencies spread across Buhari, Abaji, Gwagwalada, Kuje, Kwali, and Abuja Municipal Area Council. of the FCT, while a total of 473 candidates sponsored by 14 political parties took part in the elections. Departments of Mass Communication Department of the Bayero University, Kano, has produced thousands of journalists and media professionals in the last 40 years. At the 40th alumni anniversary, head of the department, Dr. Mainasar Kurfi, said most of the graduates are now media executives, impacting the industry positively at home and abroad. Trust TV correspondent Idris Jabril reports.
Mass Communication Department of the Bayero University, Kano, has been in existence for over 40 years. And these students, lecturers, and members of the Alumni Association, including the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Amina Ado Bayero, are all here to be part of the reunion celebration.
This university happens to be the third university in the whole country to have started a course in mass communication, following the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and the University of Lagos. And the department started in 1978. And we can see that this department is now in the 44th year of existence.
According to the Dean of the Faculty of Communication, Professor Nasser Malam, the department has over the years
And on the international scene, Vietnam Deputy Director of the Civil Aviation Administration, Di Vin So, says the country will remote its COVID-19 restrictions on international passenger flights, with all markets starting February 15th with no limitation on the number of flights. The Southeast Asian country imposed tight border controls at the start of the pandemic to keep out COVID-19, with some initial success, but that dealt a blow to its tourism sector, which accounts for about 10% of gross domestic product. Vietnam has already informed its partners about the new policy, and only China has not yet agreed to resume commercial flights with Vietnam. Reports say the Southeast Asian country has recorded nearly 2.5 million COVID-19 cases since the pandemic began, and approximately 39,000 deaths. Nearly 98% of its 98 million people have received at least 2 vaccine doses. And that's it on News Update. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Zainab Bala. Thanks for your time and company.